Hello there. Mia Voice is my name. I'm your vocal coach on Vocal Class 101. We've been talking about how the voice works. We looked at some definitions. Now, for today's class, we'll be looking at something more. Let's go in depth and talk more about how the voice is produced. All right. Now, talking about how the voice is produced, we'll consider three areas. The first area is what we call, or rather, three elements. The first is what we call the moving power. The moving power. Now, like I told you in our very first video, I said that your singing instrument or the instrument that produces your voice is your body, not your larynx, not your vocal cords, not your diaphragm. The whole of your body system is your singing instrument. It simply means that everything that makes your singing works is inbuilt within your system. Now, talking about the first element, which is the moving power, we have three areas. Number one, we have the moving power, we have the producing power, then we also have what we call the resonating power. Now, the moving power consists of one, the lungs, the respiratory muscles, the bronchial tubes, and the trachea. I repeat again, the lungs. Remember, I showed you the diagram of the lungs, the respiratory muscles, the bronchial tubes, and then the trachea. These structures, they make up what we call the moving power. The moving power. The lung expands, it moves, and then the respiratory muscles, and then the bronchial tubes, and then your trachea. Your trachea, remember your trachea, your windpipe. All right, so that's number one. Then number two, we have what we call the producing power. The producing power, and it's made up of one, the larynx, its muscles, cartilages, and the vocal cord. Remember, I talked about the vocal cord is situated right inside of your larynx, behind this Adam's apple here. That's where your vocal cord is situated. We can also call it the musical box or the voice box. Number three, we have what we call the resonating power. Now, it consists of one, the pharynx. The pharynx, this whole area is the pharynx, the mouth and its chambers of resonance. These are the three areas. Number one, the moving power, the producing power, and then the resonating power. Now, like I explained in the first video, I said that the lungs, what it does is to encapsulate the air, to store the air. When the air is stored in the lungs, like I said, the diaphragm pushes downward. That same air pushes out of the lungs and then gets into your larynx. Your larynx, in there is your vocal cords, the vibrations, and then the sound is produced through your mouth. Now, this your lungs is being protected by what we call the rib cage. The rib cage, those bones, those bony structures, they help to protect the lungs. So whenever you're taking air, you breathe in, your rib cage, it helps. They begin to move. They move to allow that expansion. All right. So that's number one, the lungs. Then we also have what we call the larynx. I'll show you the structure of the larynx. What does the larynx look like? This is what your larynx look like. Cool. Good. That's your larynx. All right. It's all this structure here, and like I said, it is situated in the middle of the human body, level of the third and the sixth cervical vertebrae. It connects the pharynx to the trachea, connects the pharynx to the trachea. That's what your larynx does. All right. Now, the next area we're looking at is the vocal cords. These are your vocal cords. These are your vocal cords. All right. So whenever you are relaxed, your vocal cords is open just like this. Then maybe you start taking high pitch, you start taking pitches, it begins to close up. As it's closing up, as it's thinning out, you take your pitch is increasing and go ha, ha. It thins up and it closes up. Now, those are the areas we're looking at today. And also we have, like I said, the pharynx. This pharynx is responsible for your the resonating chambers. It helps to resonate the sound. And also on resonance, let me just talk a little bit on this. Now, the whole of your body serves as a resonating chamber for your voice. The whole of your system That's why I said your singing instrument is actually your body. Now, if you're not feeling very well, the first place it shows up is in your voice. Somebody calls you, hello, Glory, how are you doing? Oh, I'm not so fine. It shows up in your voice. But if you're good, you're full of energy that day, you get a call, hello, Glory, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine, I'm great. That's your voice. So it simply means that your body is actually your singing instrument. So the better you take care of your body, the better your singing instrument works, the better you're able to sing, the better you're able to produce sounds, and then the longer you sing. I'll see you in our next video. Thank you.